Well guys, it's a sad day for the Isuzu. I think it's got a blown head gasket. So about a year ago, it's having the same issues. When I shut the truck off, it makes loud bubbling sounds. Before I had oil going into the cooling system. I was burning lots of coolant, smelled like coolant. And so I pulled the head and we found out it had a cracked head. So we got a brand new head gasket, and got everything fixed. And a year later, it's now doing the same thing. So now I'm gonna pull it in the shop and I'm gonna go through the same process and figure out what's going on. Could totally be just a blown head gasket, which I'm not sure. I've talked to multiple people already. And apparently the 2.3s in these Isuzu pickups are kind of notorious for blown head gaskets. Haven't heard of anyone having a cracked head yet. That could have been totally random, but I've heard of plenty of people having blown head gaskets. So we're gonna see if that's what it is. I've already done it once, so it should be pretty easy. I kind of already know what I'm doing. But yeah, it looks like I'm gonna be driving the Datsun as a daily until I get this done. All right, so I had to put the Z outside, unfortunately. Kind of sucks. I didn't really want it to go outside, but gotta have a place to work on the Isuzu, so I had to push it outside. Gotta get this going too, but my plans are to, when I sell this thing, I'll be able to have the funds to get this thing going again. That's what my plans are, but for now, it's just gonna have to park. Looks really good though. It's got lots of rust, but it still looks amazing. So right now, I'm gonna back up the Isuzu up to the door, and I'll probably just work on it right here since I still have some daylight. There's light in the shop, but not very much, and that ballast is buzzing, so I'd rather have the lights off in here and work with daylight. So I'm just gonna do it right here, and then later I'll push it back to where the Z was, and then later today, since I don't want to keep these wheels outside, I'm gonna put the stock slots back on it. Okay guys, I just wanted to show you this. You can probably hear it and you can see it. It's bubbling in the coolant reservoir. And all that mess is from shooting out the top of this from pressure. And it's a mix of oil and coolant. So it's been pressurized from the combustion chamber and made its way through here in that, and it's been shooting out and causing a big mess everywhere. Sucks, but right now, since I drove this here, I'm gonna have to wait a minute for it to cool down before I can actually start on it, because I don't want to burn myself. So until then, I have a new fuel filter for the green truck. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in. The other day I took out the old fuel filter and it was actually dirty, like really dirty. I know I got a new tank for it and everything, a new gas tank, but I was kind of expecting a little bit of like rust or dirt to kind of still be in there, because it's really hard to fully clean those, and I just want to get it in, and could have come from the lines. I don't really know where it came from, but took the fuel filter off, and I was hitting it on top of this barrel out here, and I was getting like bits of like rust coming out. So a few videos back when I was installing the fuel filter, this is the one I was talking about, the one that I wanted to get. This is like OEM. Here's the one that I had in there, this cheap one. This was like $2, but this is what I had in there. And it's kind of fit weird, but this is what I was trying to tell you guys. This goes here. A little spot for that. So, and it's also nice that it's clear so I can kind of see what's going on in there. But yeah, this thing hasn't run for a bit. Have done absolutely nothing to it. Tire's already flat. Guys, check this out. So I just popped the radiator cap and we got that buildup on top, oil and coolant mixed, and I just filled this with coolant yesterday and it's already below the fins. So I don't really know what's wrong with this, why this is happening again, but I'm gonna start by draining whatever coolant's in it, and then probably start pulling I'll pull the radiator out, so I'll flush the radiator too, get that all cleaned out, and then I'll take the exhaust and intake off, all the plugs. See, I even left the tape on from last time I did this, just to help me know what goes to what, and I just never took it off, but it's still there, so that's nice. Don't have to do that. Take off all those, and then after that I got to take off the valve cover and the timing belt cover. I'm praying it's not another cracked head. I doubt it, because that's really weird if it would be, but we'll see. So I got the exhaust off, got the alternator bracket off, belts off, radiator's out. This is where we're at right now. So now we got to move to the intake side. Intake is not my favorite to get off. Last time I did it, it was kind of hard. There's the bolts down at the nuts down at the bottom are a little bit more difficult to get to, but we'll get it. All right, guys, here we go. Time to get this intake off. Okay, so my camera died. I don't know how far it got, but got the intake off, distributors out, got the cam gear out, valve cover off, and of course, well, I got to take this off anyway, this bottom timing cover, but the little like half moon like guide thing that goes in here, it fell in there, of course, so I got to fish that out or find it when I take that cover off. I got all these loosened. Now I just need to pull them out, and then I can pull the head. And I got a piece of cardboard ready in the back of the truck, so I can put the head on it. Comes off. Okay guys, so I'm a little confused because I can't tell if the head gasket's actually blown or not. It doesn't have any like full like cut throughs or anything, but there's a lot of like I don't know if you can see that. It's like really eaten away, I guess. I don't know. But there was nothing left on the block from this part, so I'm thinking that this part that's all wore out is not just like something that peeled off and got left on the head or the block. It's not. Both the head and the block don't have anything there. So I'm not really sure. But I can't see if there's any cracks either because of the carbon buildup, and the bottoms of the valves are pretty bad, and should have probably changed the spark plugs too. That could have been part of the misfire as well, but it doesn't look the greatest, especially being a new head. So I'm gonna take the head to a machine shop. I'm gonna take the head to the machine shop and I'm gonna see what he has to say about it, if he can find any cracks or anything. And I guess we'll go from there. But oh, there was also one more thing that could have caused it, which I'm not entirely sure how it would cause coolant and oil mixing. But let me grab our light real quick. Okay, so if you look here on the intake, there's like a lot of the gasket left over. It looked like the gasket was failed. Looked like gasket failed. So I'm kind of leaning towards that as well. Either way, it's probably a good idea to pull the head gasket anyway, because I just want to make sure, and it's really not a big deal. But see, as you can see on that middle part, there's not any like of the head gasket left over, so I don't really know. I should just throw a KA in this thing. It'll be reliable and have just a little bit more power. This thing is horrible. It's very slow, but it's just daily, so. But yeah, I'll get that head to the machine shop as soon as possible. I gotta clean up my mess now. Yeah, I'll be making another video on this as soon as I can. I got another video planned though for right here. That's my brother's L20B engine out of his 620 King Cab out there. I'm gonna be tearing that apart. There's a bit of a knock or tick. I don't really know. It's not like anything like valve tick or anything, or like valve lash. It's a pretty like dull tick or knock, but I don't think it's rod knock either. It's something weird. But I gotta pull that KA block off of that engine stand and throw the L20B on there, and I'll be tearing that apart in a video. I'm gonna be trying to make videos once a week now, because kind of got a lot going on, and yeah, so get this pushed inside, and then we're gonna have to move the green truck out here, move it over a little bit, because I'm gonna try and fit my Z out here kind of in between these two if I can. It's gonna be a pretty tight squeeze. Maybe, we'll see. But yeah, I'm not really too excited to leave this outside. If I can get it back inside before it starts snowing again, that would be great, because then I won't really care too much. But yeah guys, hope you guys stay tuned for my next video. I'll be hopefully making that by next weekend. Today's Saturday, so a week from then would be great. But yeah, that should hopefully give me enough time to get that head in and see what the machinist has to say about the head, and maybe ask him a couple questions about it. But Anyway, thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video. Peace.